The real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes. This is a line from the novelist Marcel Proust, and it quietly dismantles our entire modern myth of what it means to discover something. We are taught that discovery is an act of conquest. It's about planting a flag on a distant shore, launching a rocket to a new planet, or finding a radical solution in a moment of dramatic, high-stakes effort. We believe the answers are always out there, somewhere over the horizon. But Proust suggests something far more subtle and, frankly, more challenging. He suggests that the most profound discoveries are not waiting for us in a new place, but are already sitting right in front of us, concealed by the veil of our own familiarity. The obstacle isn't the landscape, it's the way we look at it. There is a story that perfectly illustrates this, a story not of a grand expedition, but of a simple walk in the woods. It's about a Swiss engineer named Georges de Mestral. In 1941, he took his dog for a hike in the Alps, a routine he'd done countless times. When he returned, he found himself and his dog covered in burrs, the small, spiky seeds from a burdock plant. Now, for 99.9% of humanity, this is simply an annoyance. It's a mundane, frustrating task. You sit down, you patiently, or impatiently, pick the burrs off your trousers and out of your dog's fur. You throw them away, and you complain about them. The experience is defined entirely by its nuisance. This is where the story ends for most of us, because we have seen the burrs exactly as we were supposed to, as a problem to be removed. But on this particular day, Georges de Mestral did something different. After he had picked the burrs off, he didn't just throw them away. He saved one. He was overcome by a simple, powerful question: how does this work? His frustration gave way to curiosity. He took the burr back to his home and put it under a microscope. He was no longer looking at an annoyance. He was looking at a mechanism. And under the lens, he saw something beautiful and ingenious. He saw that the burr was covered in hundreds of tiny, perfectly formed hooks. He then looked at a thread from his trousers and saw that its woven texture was made of countless loops. In that moment, he wasn't an annoyed hiker anymore. He was a man with new eyes. He saw a system. A simple, elegant, and incredibly effective fastening system designed by nature. A hook side and a loop side. He didn't see a pest. He saw a principle. He spent the next decade of his life meticulously recreating that principle. He worked with weavers and engineers to develop a synthetic version. One strip of fabric covered in stiff hooks, and another covered in soft, pliable loops. He named his invention by combining the French words for velvet and hook, velour, and crochet. He called it Velcro. Think about this. The solution to a problem that engineers hadn't even thought to solve was not found in a laboratory or a high-tech facility. It was found on a dog after a walk. The raw material wasn't some rare element. It was a common weed that people had been annoyed by for thousands of years. The secret was not in the object itself, but in the quality of attention paid to it. De Mestral's breakthrough was not one of invention, but of perception. He didn't create something from nothing. He simply saw what had been there all along. This story challenges us to reconsider where we look for answers. We are so busy seeking new landscapes, the next job, the next city, the next grand project, believing that a change of scenery will unlock the solution. But the most fertile ground for discovery might be the thing that annoys you most at your current job. It might be the inefficiency in your daily routine that you've complained about 100 times. It might be the burr stuck to your sock. The real voyage, the one that leads to true innovation, is the internal one. It is the conscious decision to stop looking and to start seeing. It is the discipline to trade frustration for curiosity. It is the practice of having new eyes.